Hello again. So we were talking about this theory of evolution, and when we think about, you know, anything, for example, washing machine. So if someone comes to you and says this washing machine has actually evolved, you will look at him and you will give him a really good laugh if he's your friend. And if you don't like him from his face, you, if you're a decent person, you can just turn around. Let's finish here, because it's literally impossible that the washing machine can actually be evolved from itself. The engineers and the companies spend millions of pounds on research and developments, and then we have the state-of-the-art washing machines that we put our clothes in. So let's just look into inside a washing machine. What is the basic thing that makes a washing machine work the way we want it to work, and what are the necessities? There is a microcontroller inside a washing machine that decides what to do according to our selection of different functions. If we wanted to wash our clothes on 50 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hour, we want to wash it in different combinations, it acts accordingly. That's the job of the controller. Then there is input, which is the power, and the water, these two, and then there is an addition of soap. If there is no soap, the washing machine might still work. If there is no water, it will not work. If there is no power, it's no question. Okay, this washing machine has a motor. So let's just go a bit deep into a motor. So if the theory of evolution is right, I'm gonna put a wire, some steel, some magnet, yeah, that's the basic stuff in the motor, into a box, give it a good shake, and open the box, and the evolution of the motor has taken place. The motor comes out from the box. No, my friends, we engineers, we don't think like that. You have to design, you have to simulate, you have to go buy the parts, or order the parts. They're made in the factories, the big, molding and forging factories, where the steel is made, and then the magnets are made, and then the copper is made, and then all these things are wound, they're tested, they're run, and they're prototypes, and then finally we have this motor which runs on a specific voltage. It has a current rating, and it is fitted in the washing machine. Then the controller communicates with this motor, and our clothes are washed. So it's a bit long process, and then the evolution. So evolution is really misguiding the mankind at the moment. Man is born into this world. He comes with a set of organs inside the body. Every child has his eyes, his nose, his ears, his teeth, or teeth might be grown, his tongue, his brain, his heart, his liver, his kidney, his legs, his hand, nails on the hand. All these things, they come pre-built into a child. But what happens is, when he lives into a certain environment, for example, he lives in a jungle, he will grow like animals. He will become an animal, but his body will still be a human body. He will never turn into a lion. He will never turn into a dinosaur. He will never turn into a donkey. He will always be, Tarzan was, if he is there. He's always a human being. He cannot be an animal, or he cannot be a dinosaur. He cannot be a monkey, or he had never turned monkey into a human being. What happens is, when we live into a certain environment, we adapt to the things. In some areas, you don't get milk for the kids, so the kids are very weak. They still live, they grow. You don't get meat for all the entire world, children, enough meat, so they have strong bones and all these things, but they still live. But there are some limitations for this body. What are these limitations? You have to have air. Every single person is provided with air when he's born, unless he's got a fault in the lungs. So this air is a basic. The same thing is with the water. You have to have water to live. You have to have air to live. These things are free in the world. And so the human body comes into existence with some pre-built, pre-installed things, and the biggest of which is the brain. And human body has the instructions just like a very basic computer has the instructions. So as we grow, as we live into societies, we adopt to these societies. If you go into a posh grammar school, you will have different habits, different manners. You might be a very posh guy rather compared to the person who goes into a very rough and tough area. He lives in the estates in London somewhere, and he will act just like the people around him. Why? Because he is adapting to these things. The same thing is with the organs. The organs adapt to different things. They have different eating habits, they have different hair colors, skin colors, eye colors. All these things are adaptive. But the basic stuff, you go anywhere in the world and tell me a human being with a tail on his back, or a human being without any nose, or without the neck turning into one side, or and abnormal human beings are available. They are there. I mean, but it's not just a general case. The general case is all us human beings have this basic shape. We all come with this basic stuff inside our bodies, and then we adapt to these environments. So if someone comes and says, yes, we have evolved to our environment, fair enough. But if someone comes and says that, I was a monkey 5 million years ago and I evolved to be a human being, that is just BS. Because this is literally not possible. What you're saying is 5 million years ago we used to have aeroplanes and now they have evolved into something else, or we used to have something else that has evolved into aeroplanes. No, this is not possible. The same thing, if anything could evolve, that is nothing. Everything comes into existence, stays in its existence. Yes, adapting to the environment is a different thing. If we call this evolution, then we have our differences, but adaptation to the environment is something different. It's just like you put a computer and then it learns from a surrounding, it learns from the user, it's very intelligent processor, it learns from its user, and then it acts accordingly, and it's very helpful for the user. But to be able to learn from the user, it has to have a basic program. The same thing is with the human being. Thank you very much.